Another strategy or another tactic is finance. And we talk about the $40 trillion ESG movement. $40 trillion of your money and money of people around the world collected by Wall Street and the woke institutions and said, we're no longer going to invest to get maximum profits. Our goal now is to socially re-engineer the world. And so they give ESG scores to companies. That's why Koch said, we oppose the Georgia election reform. We oppose it because it asks for a voter ID, and that's not very woke because, it's racist and all these. Where are they getting that? They're trying to say, look how woke we are, so they get a good ESG score, because there are groups like BlackRock and Merrill Lynch and others that are rating companies on their ESG score. That's right. It is weaponizing your money. The SEC and the Labor Department, they actually sided with us during the Trump administration. They're about to flip back. They're about to be pro-ESG. And that's a little scary. We've introduced on the Economic War Room Stephen Sukup, who wrote the book, The Dictatorship of Woke Capital. You got to go back and watch that episode. It's phenomenal. Or when we've had Justin Danoff talking about this. This is a dangerous tactic being used, the weaponization of your money. And the Chinese used it. Remember the thrift savings plan? Hopefully we drove a stake into the heart of that will not come back, rise from the dead like Dracula. Hopefully not, because we had at one time been allowing our servicemen and women to invest in the thrift savings plan, trusting the managers and who were taking a big piece of that money and sending it to Communist China, building weapons aimed against the United States. How insane is that? That's a part of the finance tactic that's being used against us. And corporate America. Corporate America is running PR now to try and make you feel guilty about believing in America. In fact, there's a group called Mill Road Capital, and they've launched a progressive governance fund to improve governance and diversity in small public companies. Really what they're saying here is we're going to dangle money in front of you, and if you small company will come along to the leftist woke agenda, and we'll fund you. That is frightening. So talking about other taxes, corporate America, did you know that Chevron Corporation, the great oil company, voted in a resolution that they would adopt the Paris Climate Accords, which essentially call for the banning and elimination of fossil fuels? That is a suicide pact by Chevron shareholders. They voted in proxies to adopt the Paris Climate Accords, which will put them out of business. That is insane. And yet that's what they've done. Why? Because most of us don't know how to vote proxies. You need to learn, or better yet, you need an advisor who can help you do it. That's why we do advisor training at Liberty University. You need your advisor to say, hey, look, I don't want my proxy voting to make my money worth less. I want my proxy vote to help the company get better so I make more profits and I get good dividends and good returns on my investments. Facebook is banned in China, but in America they promote Chinese interests. Why is that? That's a part of their takeover of corporate America. Now, another tactic, media and social media. I mentioned Facebook. Well, the cancel culture is if you say anything contrary to the official narrative, we'll just cancel you. We'll demonetize you, and we've been demonetized from YouTube. We said things that the YouTube masters didn't like, and so they said, hey, you're no longer allowed to monetize your channel. They've also dehumanized people. When you eliminate someone from social media, it's almost like erasing them from society in some ways. And these fact checkers, they're not actually checking facts. Who checks the fact checkers? I remember a fact checker checked one of our websites and claimed that we were loaded with malware and said that McAfee had told them that. We got McAfee certified on that site, and it was on the site. They're lying. Fact checkers, crazy.